Yo, what is going on YouTube? Hopefully y'all chilling right now. I'm not doing too bad, but today I want to talk about the time I had to find my cousin while I was high as hell on Thanksgiving. So to kind of paint the picture, basically last year, my family ended up hosting, well, mostly me and my sister. My parents were out of town for vacation, and it was the end of the night. Basically, we were all just winding down. We were about to. Everyone was leaving already, and then my cousin Ashley, who's kind of the MC of this story, she asked me, "Oh, hey, do you think you'd be able to drop me off with my friend?" That's what she told me, right? I was like, "All right, yeah, yeah, that's fine, no worries." Um, and she said that she had already told our grandmother, who was coming over like every now and then to just check up on how my sister and I were doing. And I was like, all right, bet. She told my grandma, we're chilling. And I told her, no, yeah, that's fine. I can take you. That's cool. So I end up hopping in the car with her and my other cousin, Gio, from the last story. We drive her to a Mickey D's close by to us, and then she gets out of the car and then comes back and tells us, "Oh, hey, here, thanks for the ride," and just hands us like two Cayman Jacks, and we were like, "Oh, okay, bet." And it turns out that the person she was chilling with was a guy, and I was like, you know what, whatever, it's not my business. I don't really care. Like as long as she just told my grandma she was out with a friend, that's fine. Um, so then I end up coming back home, right? And me and my cousin are chilling, and mind you, we end up ripping the Benjamin that I had on me. So we're just playing Fortnite, faded as hell. And then before I even jump off the battle bus in this one match, I hear my grandma scream my name, and I go to her, and I'm like, "Oh, what happened?" And she says, "Where's your cousin?" And I said, "Oh, she's with a friend. Why?" And she was like, "Really? Because she told me that you were gonna be taking her home, and her dad called me, and she's not home." Because he's asking where she's at, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like I told her, I'm like, "Oh well, I'm not sure." Like I thought she had told you that she's gonna go hang out with a friend, and then she starts tweaking, telling me, my cousin Gio, my sister, and my other younger cousin, who's Ashley's sister, telling all of us like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know, I don't understand why you guys were covering for her. You guys could have just been honest with me, and this wouldn't have happened." And I'm faded as hell. Me and my cousin Gio, we are high out of our minds, bro. Like we were just trying to chill, play some video games, and then here comes my grandma, basically yelling at us. Which, like, I mean, I get it. She just cares about our safety, but I was just not in the mood for that. I'm gonna be honest. And then I tried calming her down, saying, "Oh no, 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 it's okay. Like let's just call her. Let's see what happens." And we tried calling her, all of us, and she doesn't answer any of us. Like that shit just goes straight to voicemail. And I'm thinking, okay, well, either her phone is dead or she turned it off because none of us could get a hold of her. And then my grandma starts telling me, "Oh, you're gonna take me to where you left her. Like, come on, let's go in your car." Again, I'm high as hell. I'm not trying to drive or do any of that. I was literally just trying to unwind after Thanksgiving, after eating. I felt full, and I was like, kind of like on the not on the verge of greening out, but like how like when you're high and you just want to like be slumped and just like not do anything or just do something that like you're capable of doing while high, like whether it's like playing a video game or something like that. That's how I felt, and I was like, "Oh my god, bro, you know what? Whatever." And my cousin Gio offered to come as well, but my grandma was really pissed and just said, "No, no, 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 no. You're gonna stay here with the girls. Lexus, come on, we're going." And I was like, "All right, whatever. It is what it is." So we end up hopping in my car. I'm driving down to the Mickey D's where I left my cousin Ashley. And then the whole time, my grandma's telling me, oh my gosh, like, I don't understand why you guys were covering for her. Like, you guys could have just been honest with me. Like, she shouldn't be doing this. She's just a little girl. Like, what if what if someone tried to, like, kidnap her? Basically thinking of the worst possible. And I was like, bro, she's with her friend. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I'm saying that I'm not gonna like snitch on my cousin saying she was with a guy, because if I told her that, bro, my grandma probably would have had a fucking heart attack. But I'm just thinking, bro, I can't deal with this right now. I'm too high for this shit. I'm already doing my grandma the favor of driving her to somewhere where my cousin's not even at. I tried telling her the whole time, "Grandma, Ashley's not gonna be there. Like I just dropped her off there to for her to like meet her friend. Like they are not there." But she was saying, "No, no, 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 no. We at least have to check. Let's see if they're at least inside or something." And so we end up going back to the Mickey D's where I dropped Ashley off, and lo and behold, she was not there. and my grandma was interrogating me again, being like, "Oh, well, where is she then? Like, I don't understand. Why is she not here?" I tell her, "The Mickey D's is not open. It is closed. It's like 11 at this point, like 11:30 or something. Why would she still be here?" And I tried telling her again, this was just the meeting point for where she wanted to meet up with her friend. And eventually, my grandma finally calmed down once I told her, "Look, we can just go back home and try calling her friend to see like where they're at. Because if my cousin isn't answering, then like maybe her friend will." And then I told them that my sister and Ashley's younger sister did know her friends, so that finally was able to get my grandma to calm down a little bit. And so I end up coming back home. I see Gio, I see Ashley's little sister, and I see my sister. And my sister does end up telling me that she was able to get in contact with the guy that Ashley was with through IG, and that she and Ashley's younger sister were cussing him out and basically telling him, "Bro, bring my cousin back or just bring her back home, bro, because my grandma's bitching." Apparently, the guy was like drunk, so he probably didn't even give a shit about what he was hearing, or maybe he was just like, "Oh, okay, okay, whatever." That's how they described him responding, like he was like slurring or whatever. And I was like, "Bro, my dumb ass cousin kicking it with a drunkie." No, I'm just kidding. But overall, that was just annoying as hell to deal with. And eventually, my cousin did go home. My uncle ended up taking away her car keys, but only for like a fucking day, which I was like, "Dude, you should have taken that bitch for a fucking month or some shit, bro." It literally caused my grandma to almost have a fucking heart attack or some shit. And then the next day, we were all gonna go Black Friday shopping because Ashley was telling all of us, like, "Oh, we should go Black Friday shopping. It would be fun. It would be lit." So we wake up the next morning, after all the buffoonery that had happened the night before. And who was it? Ashley's little sister calls her and says, "Yo, where are you?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm with the guy again." Like, bro, are you dead ass right now? After what had happened last night, this bitch still decides, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with this guy again for Black Friday shopping." Like, why the fuck did you even bother asking us to go with you then? So my cousin cusses her out right then and there. "Dude, are you fucking serious?" Like, grandma went to the house, like their house that they live at, right? And she came back and told us, like, "Oh, guys, I think Ashley's asleep. Because I asked her if she wanted to go get breakfast with us, but she didn't respond, so I think she was asleep." And Ashley's little sister had to break the news to her, like, "Oh, no, she's not home. That's why she didn't answer. Like, she's out with her friend again." My grandma obviously got frustrated because of what had happened the night before. And like I said prior, my cousin ends up cussing Ashley out. She's saying, like, "Oh, okay, okay, I'm sorry. Like, bro, it's not that deep. Like, I'm just out." But, bro, you're out without even asking for fucking permission, bro. And I know her parents aren't home. No, no, no. Her mom wasn't home. She was on vacation with my parents. But her dad was home. So, sorry, I don't know why I did that awkward pause. Her dad was home. And I don't know why this bitch just doesn't learn, bro. It was so annoying to deal with. And then eventually my cousin does come back home. My uncle takes away her keys again and tells her, "Look, okay, you can't go out for like," I don't remember how long he punished her for, but she couldn't go out for a bit. It was maybe like 2-3 weeks, I remember. I can't really remember that well. Excuse me, pardon me. That was gross. But yeah, overall, that whole story was just pretty dumb to deal with, especially because my cousin was basically kind of being a narcissist, out here saying, "Oh no, like I don't have to tell y'all what I'm doing or where I'm going," knowing damn well she's gonna cause my family some panic. And then I and my other cousins had to deal with that bullshit because she wasn't there to literally get scolded. And it was just ass, bro. All in all, it was ass. And then I think about a month later, I ended up hanging out with Ashley once like all that shit happened, and we went to the mall. And then afterwards, we went to go get some food, and then she ended up paying for both of us, saying like, "Oh, hey, like this is me owing you from the time that like you helped me hang out with the guy that I was seeing at the time. My bad again. That was really ass of me to do." So she kind of did apologize, which she low key rarely does. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. It is what it is. I just told her, bro, just don't do that shit again. And she still had the nerve to be like, bro, but like I'm like 21. Like, why do I gotta tell them anything? I'm like, bro, you live with your parents, bro. You don't live on your own. If you lived on your own, then sure, fuck it, do whatever the hell you want. But you don't. Like, I don't know what it is with people like that that think, nah, I'ma just do me. Like, bitch, no, don't do that shit. But to kind of wrap this story up, again, I really thought that my cousin had told my grandmother from the beginning, oh, hey, I'm going to be chilling with one of my friends. I didn't know that she told her that she was going to be going home because she literally had said, oh, yeah, I already told grandma. Which in my mind was, oh, okay, she already told my grandma that she's not going home. She's going to be chilling with one of her friends for however long it is, and then they're going to drop her off home. I didn't know that she fucked up saying, oh, no, yeah, I'm gonna go home right now. Like, Lexus is gonna drop me off with Geo, and basically was the whole reason that my grandma was probably sent into a panic anyway. Um, but if there's anything you should learn from the story, if you ever ask your cousins or your siblings or friends or whoever to cover for you in that type of way, I guess I wouldn't say what I did was covering because I literally didn't know that that my cousin lied to my grandma. But if you ever do some shit like that, just own up to it, bro. Like, don't sit there acting like a little bitch, being like, "Oh no, but like I didn't do anything. I'm grown." Like, bro, if you have to resort to sneaking out or lying or some shit like that, then you're probably not grown. But all in all, that's it.